All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are talking about one of the biggest, most fundamental shifts happening in digital marketing, how you and your business get found online. Because let me tell you, the game is changing fast, and AI is writing a whole new rulebook.
So I want to kick this off with a pretty provocative question. It might even sound a little scary, but is your business actually ready for a world where website traffic isn't the main goal anymore? Because believe it or not, that's exactly where we're heading.
What's really happening here is a huge shift in behavior. For years, it's been about typing keywords into a search box, right? And then clicking links. Well, that's starting to feel old school. We're moving toward having actual conversations with AI assistants that do the heavy lifting for us. They find info, they summarize it, and sometimes they'll even act on it for us.
Now, to help us wrap our heads around this massive change, we're going to use a simple framework. Think of it as a 5-stage evolutionary ladder. It's our roadmap taking us from the world we all know, SEO, all the way to a future that's pretty much run by AI agents. Each step builds on the last, so let's get climbing.
Okay, step 1. The absolute bedrock of everything else we're going to talk about, just being findable. This is the realm of traditional search engine optimization, SEO. And you have to understand, this is the non-negotiable starting point for this whole new AI-driven world.
I love this quote because it just cuts right to the chase. If your basic SEO is a mess, then even thinking about optimizing for AI is, well, it's pretty much a waste of time. This is the starting line. You can't skip it.
And if you need a reminder why this foundation matters so much, here it is. As of today, Google still has its hands on over 83% of the entire global search market. So if you want to be found by anyone, whether it's a person or an AI, you first have to be findable by Google. Period.
So being findable really boils down to these 3 core pillars working together. You've got your technical SEO. That's just making sure the search engines can crawl your site and that it's fast and secure. Then there's on-page SEO, creating amazing, relevant content. And finally, off-page SEO, building your reputation and authority across the web. You nail these 3, you've built your foundation.
So once that foundation is solid, we can finally take that second step up the ladder, being mentioned. And this is the first really big mindset shift. The goal here isn't to get a click anymore. It's to become part of the answer that the AI gives directly.
And this brings us to something called Answer Engine Optimization, or AEO. Just think about how this works. A user asks a question, and bam, they get a neat summary. If your brand gets mentioned by name in that summary, you've won. You've made an impression, even if they never visit your website. It's about building brand recall right there in the conversation.
So you can see how the objective just completely flips. With old school SEO, success is all about traffic, right? How many visits did we get? But with AEO, success means being named as the answer itself. You're shifting your whole strategy from winning the click to winning the conversation.
All right, let's keep climbing. The next level up is all about trust and authority. This is where you go from being just a simple mention to being actively recommended by the AI as a credible source of information.
And this is the world of generative engine optimization. We'll call it GEO. Now, the AI doesn't just mention your name, it actually trusts you enough to include a clickable link back to your site. This is a huge deal because now we're talking about traffic again. But it's not just any traffic. It's super high-value traffic from someone who's already seen you as the expert.
But let me be clear, earning that citation, it's tough. The bar is way higher. Your content has to be rock solid. You need what Google calls EEAT. That stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. On top of that, your facts have to be verifiable and up to date. You need to offer unique data or research, stuff the AI can't just scrape from a dozen other places. And finally, you got to structure it all clearly with things like schema markup so the AI knows what it's looking at.
Okay, the next rung on the ladder. This is where things get really interesting, especially for businesses. This is about being bought. It's a future where that line between getting an answer and actually making a purchase just dissolves.
So, welcome to the world of Buy Engine Optimization, or BOE. The entire goal here is to make your products buyable right inside that AI interface. I mean, just imagine asking an AI for the best hiking boots, and right next to its top recommendation, there's a Buy Now button. No extra clicks, no new tabs, just
buy. And here's the really crucial part. BEO isn't about writing better blog posts. It's about your core e-commerce plumbing. Is your product data perfect? Is your checkout process so smooth it's almost invisible? Are you plugged into platforms like Google Shopping and whatever new AI marketplaces pop up? That's the stuff you have to solve.
And that brings us all the way to the top of the ladder, the final, most futuristic step. We're not just optimizing for a search anymore, we're optimizing for a fully autonomous AI agent.
This is AI Agent Optimization, or AAO. And here, your customer, well, it isn't really a person clicking buttons anymore. It's their personal AI assistant. An agent that has one job: research, choose, and buy the absolute best option for its human user, all on its own.
This leads to a really mind-bending new reality, a world of zero traffic but high revenue. Think about that. In an AAO world, your website might not get a single human visitor for a sale. The AI agent just talks to your systems behind the scenes, makes the purchase, and boom, you see the revenue. Success is no longer measured in clicks, it's measured in automated, completed transactions.
So, there you have it. We've climbed the whole ladder, from the things we do today to the stuff that feels like science fiction. But before you start thinking about your next move, let's just do a quick recap of the whole journey.
This table sums it up perfectly. It all starts with SEO, the basics, just being findable. Then you evolve to AAO, to get mentioned. Then GAO, where you earn a citation and a link. After that comes BAO, making your stuff buyable directly. And finally, the pinnacle, AAO, where you're set up for an AI to do the whole thing for the user. Each step demands a new level of sophistication and trust.
And that brings us to the end, and one final question for you to really think about. Look at this ladder again. Be honest. Where is your business right now? Are you still working on that foundation? Or are you already preparing for a future where AI does the buying? The evolution is happening, whether we're ready or not, and the time to figure out your next step is today. Thanks for joining me.